Okay, so I just watched this video of a quick draw lady rating uh, movie shoots, to her Western style. She's a world record holding Canadian uh, quick draw artist. She has one stance. One stance. It's, here, this right here. You know, standing in an unnatural position, a position no shooter would ever stand in. I mean, no, it is. You're off balance. You're off one foot's like halfway off the ground. It's a position only her and people that perform her singular trick. It's a position they only stand in. Nobody besides them stands in that position. Nobody shoots in that position. She is rating these gunfights, ranging from, Tom Cruise as a CIA operative to Jamie Foxx shooting in a Western. Yeah, she's like, oh, look at my holster. It has this whole front part cut out so that I can draw faster in the position that I carry my gun in when I have my freaking knee halfway to the target. It's like, yeah, that's yours, but that style holster doesn't exist except for in your shooting group. That holster doesn't exist. If you go into the Westerns, like actual, 18, 16, 1700s, that style holster does not exist. You personally made that way. Those holsters didn't exist until the 1980s when this shooting thing became super popular. So having a Western shooter that does one trick and one trick only judge how all these movies are shot. Like the whole Shane shooting, the good, bad, and the ugly, Jamie Foxx. Those are realistic gunfights. Those are realistic. When their holsters are up and down, or they're right in front of them, or they're cross-drawed, the tombstone shooting, cross-draw. Yeah, he had his arm up and he was holding his cigarette. That's why he shot under his arm, because it was a blind shoot. The guy couldn't see his hands. She's like, well, he would have shot himself in the arm if he really did that. No, he wouldn't have. That's a blind shoot. You're focusing on this hand and the gun on that side, not realizing he's got a whole second hand on the other side of his body that can grab that gun. The whole Jamie fanning, that's how real gun shooters shoot. I mean, yeah, she's good at her one job at shooting a balloon, 10 feet away when she's standing still. But when you're actually in a gunfight like that, you're not going to stand like a fucking doofus. And then her rating Tom Cruise and John Wick shootings is like, oh, look at how he reaches behind his back and grabs the gun out of the small of his back. That would not work in a real shooting. No, that's exactly how that works in a real shooting, because that's called FBI carry, and that's been going on for decades, and it's the go-to position. You and another thing, holster. There's an L in there. She calls them hosters. Hosters. I wear a hoster. No, you wear a holster. There's an L in there. And then, she kept like stumbling and calling it a hooster. What the fuck's a hooster? This lady does not know what she's talking about, and she should not have been put on this video at all.